60 Minutes Rewind.
The battle for Fallujah is now in its third day, and the close quarters of urban combat are taking their toll of American killed and wounded. But even before this full-scale battle started, U.S. troops were suffering casualties there. For months, wards at the military hospitals just outside Washington have been filling up with Marines wounded in Fallujah. As you will see tonight, their grievous wounds have shattered not only the bodies of young men, but also the lives of their families. But you will also see their pain has been eased by the kindness of strangers. Another cargo plane full of wounded lands at Andrews Air Force Base outside of Washington, D.C. If a Marine makes it this far, he's almost certainly going to survive. But he is also likely to spend weeks, even months, in military hospitals recovering from his injuries.
That's the day he got here?
Yeah, that's the day he got here.
The first night I was actually able to lay on my side. When I hit the ground, I was purely convinced that my entire body was just ravaged. That I was dead.
Joe Dan Worley was a battlefield medic rushing to the aid of a wounded Marine when he took 5 bullets in one leg and lost the other to a roadside bomb. You knew it was bad? Oh,
I knew it was bad. I mean, I couldn't blink. I couldn't move anything, you know? I knew that I had a choice of whether I wanted to lay there and go home, you know, because that's what it felt like. That's all I wanted to do.
And if you had decided to lay there, what would have happened?
Oh, I would have died.
Just bled to death?
I would have easily.
Pinned down in a fierce firefight, Worley saved his life by tying his own tourniquet. But that's only part of the story.
Love you, Mom.
Our life is just, it's just turned upside down.
Worley's mother, Colleen, his wife, Angel, and their 3-month-old baby, Abigail, who was born while he was in Iraq, flew from their home in Alabama to Bethesda Naval Hospital.
You've got this beautiful little baby, and all she knows now, is that Daddy's living hospital beds and wheelchairs. And so this is our life. And this, you know, this is the way every day goes for us.
They have been at his side since September 22nd.
How can you cry and smile all in the same sentence?
It was every other day he was having surgery. And it was just a situation that I couldn't leave, and I wouldn't have.
A situation they couldn't leave, but also a situation they couldn't afford.
When we first got here, the financial end of it was what I was concerned about. I remember me and Angel having a discussion about, she said, well, I've saved up a little bit of money, and I said, well, I've got some money saved up. And then when we found out how much hotel rooms were and everything, I said, you know, I think we might survive 3 weeks here. Laws passed by Congress determine exactly how much financial assistance the family of a wounded Marine or soldier can receive. The government will pay the airfare for 2 close relatives to make one round trip to and from the hospital, plus about $250 a day for hotels and food. But in most cases, that doesn't begin to cover a family's expenses.
It takes a lot. It really does.
A lot of money.
It does take a lot of money.
Don and Valley Webb's son, Corey, had his left leg crushed when his Humvee collided with a tank in Fallujah. While doctors fought to save his leg, the Webbs caught the next flight to Washington.
It was just a huge relief to have my family there.
What does it do for you?
Having my family there?
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's a shoulder to cry on, you know, and you know, you always want your mama there with you when you're in pain. It doesn't matter if you're a 22-year-old Marine or not, you know. You get hurt, you want your mama there, and Dad there too, you know.
Don Webb commuted between Washington and his job in Alabama. Corey's sister and niece flew in whenever they could, but his mother stayed with him for 8 weeks as doctors amputated his leg and he learned to walk again.
Try not to look down is the hardest part.
But I started crying. They said, are you okay? They thought something was wrong. I said, no, it's just brings back memories of the first time he walked as a baby.
So you've seen him take his first steps twice?
Mm-hmm, twice. At 11 months and at age 22, almost 23.
To do that, she had to take a leave of absence from her job and her paycheck.
My salary pays the mortgage and his truck payment. And he does the rest.
So no job, no mortgage payments.
That's right.
For the Worley family, it was even more basic. The Washington weather was turning chilly, and they had only summer clothes for the baby. But they didn't have to ask for help.
There's an angel that just walked in the door, and she just sat down and started talking to all of us and just wrote out a check and handed it to the kids.
The angel with the check is Renee Bardorf, one of several Marine Corps wives who saw that the financial aid provided by the government wasn't enough and started handing out money as fast as they could raise it.
I hope that this will help you out with some of your expenses.
Sure does, thank you. Getting married, that'll help out with that.
Good.
So far, the Injured Marine Semper Fi Fund has handed out $300,000 to 200 families.
Most of it has come from individual donors that have sent small checks to our fund.
Are you constantly out of money or about to run out of money?
We operate week to week based on the funds that we have. And the amazing thing about what we're doing is that we pray every week that we'll be able to assist more families. And we go to the mailbox, and every week there's more checks.
She still remembers the first family she helped.
And the parents cried when I gave it to them because they said, thank God that I can stay a little bit longer because we have bills to pay at home and we're factory workers and we can't afford to just stay here for months on end without some kind of help. And you have just bought us more time here with our son.
It was the same with the Webb's mortgage payment.
Like I said, it's been a humbling experience because we never thought we'd be in this position. We'd be taking money from people. But when the mortgage payment starts coming in and you don't have a check, then you change your mind. So,
I'm sure Corey never thought he was going to lose a leg.
never.
And you never thought you were going to have to depend on the kindness of others.
Right.
Oh yeah, that hurts.
While technicians try to fit Dan Worley with his new leg, he is outfitting himself with a new way of thinking about the future.
I worry all the time about being able to take care of my family now, you know, and you know, wondering what the future's going to hold. But I tell you what, the present I know is taken care of. We're cradled in people's hands right now.